Hey everyone, this is Dave at Ramblin' Parts, and finally got the 2.3 Disi in the Mazda 2 after a couple months of screwing around. Had some drama, their furnace in the house and everything like that, but it's finally getting replaced on Tuesday, so that's all good. Yeah, it's just getting colder, but the diesel heater's keeping up. Everything's good. I'll show you how I did it. Thanks for watching. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the wrecking yard right now and go pick up some hubs and brakes from a Mazda 3 for the Mazda 2. See if we can make those fit. And we're gonna take the Beetle. She's really rough around the edges these days. We got some hubs, some brakes. Hopefully it won't fight me too much. The Mazda 2 hubs won't work because they are 25 spline. And the Mazdaspeed outer splines are like 28. Regular Mazda 3 ones are 28, so I'm gonna grab a set of those. I really want to use the 6-speed. I really don't want to use the Mazda 2 transmission. I drained the oil from it, it looked fine and everything, but I don't really care if they're 5-bolt. If all I gotta do is modify the coilovers to make them fit, then it's a win for me, dog. And then I could try to fit 15s, so then they're 15 all around instead of having like 16s up front, because 16s are the lowest you can go with the Mazdaspeed. because of the big brakes. Well, like a Mazda 3 might be able to fit 15s on there with the smaller brakes they have, so. And then there's still an upgrade compared to the Mazda 2 brakes, so I think that's a win. I think. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I should probably get a strut and stuff for this thing, but I need to find a Jetta, like a Jetta wagon, so I can give her a lift. I already have a lift kit and stuff for this thing. I don't really feel like wasting my money on a new strut, even though it like needs it so bad. And I think that caliper's chooch too, because it pulsates like a mofo. I don't even think like it's the disc, it's just like, I'm pretty sure the caliper's leaking and stuff, so. And this thing is freaking, oh well, yeah, they shut her down, so that's great. So I forgot my wallet, but they're also not open anymore. Yeah, that's a no on the Mazda 3, dog. Yeah, I gotta go home. Go home. Get my wallet. Find another wrecking yard, I guess. Alright, see you in a bit. I totally forgot that the Mazda 3 knuckles are like captive to the strut. But I found a solution. 2017 Mazda 3 knuckles are just like the Mazda 2. I might have to modify the coilovers a little bit, but it's like 2 bolts that go through, and they're 28 spline. So they should be perfectly fine for this. We'll test them when I get home, but I'm pretty confident for once. But for a wrecking yard, that cost me $380 for 2 knuckles, the control arm I couldn't get off, and like 2 calipers that didn't have anything in them, just a bare caliper. So that hurt. In the States, that probably been like $75 or something like that. But I'll call it a win, because, yeah. Alright. air. This is pretty cool. It's like a little coolant thing. Maybe we don't need it anymore. We can make a double pipe for it. That'd be nice. Pretty sure I didn't have the microphone on for a couple videos, so that's probably just going to be one big fast forward montage type of thing. I got one more bolt back here to get rid of. I'm going to pull the D8, the alternator, or just move it out of the way temporarily so I can get at that bolt. It's gotta be the greasiest build ever. Oh, freaking. Every time I take something new off, there's more crusty BS right behind it. No. Straight near that one. Some people don't even have a fucking garage. I don't even know why I bothered paying them. So for the transmission mount, we're going to use the Mazdaspeed transmission mount. Okay. So, yeah. Alright. It's just a mic saw, so I'll fall into that trap again. Literally just cut it right up against here. And we might have to like weld some material, but we'll come to that after. We'll just see how it looks. Cut here, then we'll have to drill 2 holes. You may have to modify right here to make it flat. So as of right now, we've got the rear transmission mount actually bolted to the chassis. Mazda 2. See if I can get a picture right there. But like the other way around.
So the bolt is coming this way into the threaded bit backwards. It's a 14 mil. So that's just keeping it kind of in place this way. And then once I get the upper mounts done, then I can go in there, pull the motor away, and then weld in another angle iron or whatever the hell I'm going to do over there. I think for here we're going to do something like that. This is from like an old car, a different car. A little polyurethane mount from like an LS. Do that. With a plate over here. Weld it up with some tabs and then throw a bolt in there. On this side, there's the stock Mazdaspeed one. Like, they cut the tabs off here so it'll fit in here. That'll get the stock Mazda 2-piece. We'll go in there. We'll cut this down. And weld that to that plate. I'm not going to keep that in there overnight right there. I'm going to chop that off. Clean it all up with the grinder. Just I'm going to take some measurements. I should take some measurements. We only need like 1.5 inches in the front. Motor's kind of on an angle, but I might need that for hood clearance. Like 2.25. Straight that in. I can't get a good shot on this camera. I freaking hate it. This is like shit. Get back to you when I'm done. Let's see, bag, I guess. We'll get a piece of angle iron or something in there. But you gotta make sure you could like actually get the bolts through. So I'll probably have like a gusset, or not a gusset, but like some round stock where the bolt hole is, and cut off notch this, get that in there. Okay, so see or not, fucking camera. So yeah, maybe need some round stock, some tube, whatever you want to call it. Lay some pipe and get her done. So we got this mocked up so far. It's just tack welded down here. But it looks good. The old LS mount. Extended this part just a bit compared to the stock one. We're just gonna have a piece of bar stock going across here. Clears the stock mount, the stock Mazdaspeed mount. And then bolt her in. Then when those two mounts are in, I can finish up the bottom ones. I can pull all this crap out of the way. My welder. I can only run the heater or the welder, not both. It's a lot of fun because it's super freaking cold outside now. Yay, Canada. I still managed to get some stuff in my eyes earlier today, so that was really fun. So you live with that. There goes the welder. I haven't really figured it out yet. So you're gonna have to figure something else out, I think. This worst case in Ontario, this melts or whatever, he just fill it with windshield glue and call it a day. Like, all this is just holes everywhere. You can get it, clean it up and get it as much in there as possible. Terrible. Pretty much everything in here is terrible. So weld that up. Let's go. guys. So it's like mid-November now, and I got my diesel heater going and electric heater going. Try to stay freaking warm, but and it, like our furnace was shut down. Getting a new furnace like later in the week. So yeah, I never warm anymore. So this is a lot of fun. So yeah, here's where we are, the passenger mount, and here's the driver's side with the transmission mount. And we'll paint it up, weld it up. This bad boy. Go right here, just like that. Pops right on. Pretty sturdy. I got it like reinforced inside and everything. Everything goes on without forcing it or anything. Yeah, we'll just finish up this last piece for the passenger side mount. Tack it up. I actually found some drill bits on sale, so like everyone else except for my place. That's why it was hopping around. I don't really want to break this thing, so I don't know. New furnace takes priorities over that, I guess. Oh, Joe Preston can't be that. Bottom. Perfect. Then we're going to triangulate from there to here, and then put a gasket behind it. That'll be like off the car, obviously. So we'll get that welded up. Every time I use the welder or the grinder, I have to shut the electric heater off, because otherwise they throw a fuse. It's not the most ideal situation. A couple tacks in there. her up. Oh wait, oh, I gotta do the triangulation. So apparently the camera just times out once in a while, but I didn't miss it. I heard it even with my ear protection on. They got this like press fit. It pushes it out just a bit, so that way the mount will still fit, and the welding won't squeeze it too much. You can still get the socket in there. We'll tack it down here, that way it doesn't melt the mount.
Last weld of the day. Just finished it off in here. There you go. Just paint her up and then get back to her. Seems like after I replaced the wire, because I ran out, it's a lot more splattery than it was, and I'm not quite sure why. It didn't change any settings, so that's weird. It's all good though. So paint her up. Yeah. Then I can finally put it down and get rid of the cherry picker and the jack. And we can do that rear mount tomorrow. You got the heater pointed at it so that way it actually dries. Doesn't get all runny. Alright, we'll let that dry.
Start heating.
Good morning. It's the day after we got ourselves the passenger side mount for the Mazda 2. So we'll get that installed today, and yeah, it's snowing something fierce outside, but yeah, and it's cold, so we gotta wait for this thing to fire up. And if you're ever looking at one of these, they say not to hook a charger up to it, but this charger you can I'm only running you can run in 8 amps, and this thing runs off like a 15 amp fuse, so it should be fine. While it's running, it barely pulls like 2 amps, so like you don't drain your battery. Like, this big battery out of my Sprinter van, so like if you were camping or whatever, you could like run your generator all day, keep this charged up, and then shut it off at night, and it should like go all night. Maybe run a bigger tank. Everything's a mess. Everything's a big F mess. I don't even know where all my bolts are, so. Oh. Rough night. Oh yeah, they're all down there. Hey. Here you go. Fresh install, wow. I know, but I'll do something about that later. Like, I mean, it's not going anywhere. Everything's in. And you can drop this thing. Get the fudge out of my way. So here we are done. Got the motor mounts in. We still have that wiring to do, and we still have the axles to put in. But that'll be the next video. There's the Mazdaspeed, the 2017 Mazda stuff. Should still have bigger brakes and everything, but that'll be for another day. Consider subbing and stuff if you actually want to get notified that, you know, the next part of it, because I don't know when the hell that's coming out. So thanks for watching.